Hi everybody, I hope we're all doing okay during this lockdown period. I guess it's been less than a week. I just wanted to make a video, a sort of baking video to keep myself entertained. It's Saturday and I honestly can't be bothered cleaning the rest of my house, so I thought I would kill two birds with one stone, keep myself entertained by baking and give me and Gary something nice to eat. I've got to appreciate all the efforts everyone's been doing, like all the nights in and karaoke's and quizzes and disco sets and stuff that everyone's been putting on to keep everybody entertained. So unfortunately, getting things like flour, eggs and sugar has been a bit difficult this week because a few silly people have been panic buying. So I was lucky that I already had some of these ingredients in my cupboards because I made two birthday cakes. Fell on Rachel Allen's Melting Moments, which are always a favourite in my family, thanks to my cousin Susie. She always has a wee batch of these going on and they always go down an absolute treat. Everyone loves them. I feel sorry for Nanny Smurrin because she absolutely loves them, and unfortunately I'm not being able to see her. So I thought I would just do this video for others to maybe bake as well if they have been able to get things like flour and sugar, corn flour, etc. If they're trying to keep their kids entertained with extra activities, and trying out some recipes because they've decided to take up baking. I thought I would help with some people since I do make quite a lot of cakes. So Melting Moments are little biscuits. So it's two biscuits sandwiched together with some buttercream in the middle. You could have them just on its own as one wee biscuit. You could also drizzle some icing sugar on top or put jam in the middle. For this bit I'm just going to make the biscuits itself, see how that goes, and yeah, good luck if you're also doing this. Remember to switch your oven on, no higher than 150. For the biscuit recipe, you're going to need 175 grams of self-raising flour, 125 grams of corn flour, 225 grams of butter. You could use salted or unsalted, it's just whatever you have in and whatever your taste preferences are as well. The recipe works either way. A tablespoon or a teaspoon, depending on your taste, of vanilla extract. Again, if you don't have this, it's totally fine. The biscuits work completely fine without. What I might do is split this recipe. I might do some vanilla ones, I might do some orange ones, and I might put some cocoa powder in another one and have some chocolate ones. First thing, you're going to put all your dry ingredients together. So in Rachel Allen's recipe, she uses a food processor to just give them a quick blast. Unfortunately, I'm a complete idiot and dropped my food processor and broke it. So you can also do this by hand if you don't have this. It just maybe takes a wee bit extra work, but they still work out fine. So make sure that you are sieving everything because we don't want to get big clumps of flour or corn flour. We want it to get all nicely blended. So we're adding our flour in. Then we're going to add our corn flour into the sieve, into the same bowl. And we are going to take our icing sugar and add it in. Shake and tap. Probably shouldn't have did this so near the camera. It's just icing sugar, don't worry, it's not smoke. Okay, so get a spoon and just mix all of that together, incorporating it all really well. You can avoid all this smoke if you use a food processor because it's all packed in. So we're just combining all of that. I think that's about fine. So then your butter is best if you cube it up, which I haven't done, so I'm just going to do that now. Okay, so what we're doing is we're adding the cubes into the bowl of dry products. I'm a wee bit cautious. There's a lot of smoke from the houses behind me. I don't know if it's a house on fire or if somebody's just burning stuff. I asked Gary what to do. He doesn't seem to know. So I apologise if your house is burning back there and I didn't phone the fire brigade. I'm really sorry. I'm a bit rubbish. Okay. So obviously the smaller you kind of cube this up, the better, because what we're going to do is we're going to crumb them together, blend them together with our fingers, and preferably that this is soft, room temperature kind of butter. If your butter has been in the fridge, take it out and blast it in the microwave for maybe about 10 seconds. Let it soften. Or you can maybe fill a bowl up with hot water and then put your butter in another bowl on top of that bowl and just let the heat rise up and soften it. But yeah, you don't want to have hard butter for this. It's going to make it really difficult for you to combine with the dry ingredients. Softer the better, but you also don't want it to be too runny, because if it's runny then it's going to be really, really hard for you to mix together. So we've got everything in there, and this might take a wee while, so just have patience with it. Just try swirl it first with your hand, get that butter coated, and then what you're doing is you're taking chunks and you're just pressing it together, and we're going to get another nice cloud of flour wafting up. So we're just crumbing that together. You need a lot of patience for this, so you want to keep doing this until it is all nice and incorporated and you've got like a nice dough, wee bundle. I was going to time lapse this, but I think if anyone is doing this in the same time as me, then that's not fair to them to have me fast forward on anything. So yeah, just keep going. This is kind of fun for kids to do, to be honest. Kids love getting their hands on things and squishing them, so it's a good recipe for kids to do, because even if you make small mistakes, it's not noticeable at all. It's very generous, this recipe. Now what you can also do is you can take a fist and you can push down, swirl it about, push down again. And what that does is it helps soften that butter even more and pushes the flour, nice and sugar and corn flour, into the butter. It also quickens up the process a wee bit as well. Rather than just lifting and crumbing, you can also take it into your hands, really give it a wee squeeze. Now when I make this with my niece Murren and my nephew Patrick, they like to take wee bits and eat them while we're going along. So I end up with less ingredients than what it's called for, because they're eating them. So you might find your wee ones are also doing the same. The good thing about this is if you do have somebody who quite likes eating ingredients, there's no egg in this, no raw egg in this, so it's not as dangerous as than licking the spoon or licking the bowl of doing a cake. Quite well. So it starts looking more like that. Again, if you have a food processor, you can just do this in the food processor. It's a lot quicker. You're going to end up with like really yucky fingers, but it's fine. That's the fun of it. So that's what we've got. It's all nice and soft and smooth and incorporated. So I'm going to divide this into 3. Add a wee bit of vanilla into one, add a wee bit of orange into another, and add some cocoa powder into the last, and see how we get on. Tear off a bundle for like your orange, tear off the bundle for your chocolate, keep the rest for your vanilla. Okay, so this bundle is my vanilla bundle. Not going to use a teaspoon or a tablespoon. I'm just going to make my own judgment on it. So just a wee tiny bit. Again, doing this in a food processor, it blends it all better for you. You could also use a mixer if you've got a mixer to incorporate that. So we're just kind of doing the same patting down, thingy it with our fingers. Through. So yeah, it has got a wee bit sticky. So we're going to add a wee bit of corn flour on it just to make it a bit more manageable. Just a wee bit. Okay, so this is our ball. It's quite nice. Now I've actually never done it with cocoa powder before, so this is a wee bit of a learning lesson for me. So we'll just take a wee pinch. I like to just take a pinch with my fingers, get my sieve ready, sprinkle that on, flick off your excess, and then just combine it and see how this goes. So just one more pinch, sprinkle it on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a wee bit more icing sugar to it, because the icing sugar will add the sweetness that the cocoa powder has more bitter to, so I think it needs more of the sweetness to it. And the great thing about this recipe is you don't need eggs, you don't need caster sugar or granulated sugar. So I'm just taking a pinch and I'm just merging that with my fingers. I think what would help is if you added some vanilla to this as well. So mix it with your hands. Again, it's just like Play-Doh. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but I absolutely love orange and lemon flavours. So with a preference with cakes to have lemon cake or orange cake. So this stuff is quite strong, so just be careful how much you're putting into it. We're just putting, bring this up, we're just putting wee dribs, wee dribbles. And then we're going to combine with our fingers. Apologies, you can't see my worktop. My camera abilities have not allowing me to do that. So we're going to add a wee bit of corn flour, or you could add icing sugar if you like the sweetness. Love that smell. So yeah, like the vanilla, you could just pick it up. So the next stage, we are going to take each bundle and we're going to roll them into tiny wee balls. So tear a wee bit off, create a ball, and then you're going to put them on a prepared baking tray with tin foil or baking paper underneath. Okay, so get your baking tray ready with some baking paper. And what you're doing is you are taking your bundle and you're just tearing off whatever size you want. Now remember that if you're doing the sandwiches, you need to have the same amount for each. So if you make 13, you're going to have one extra. If you make 5, you're going to have one extra. So if you are doing the sandwiches, make sure you've got a pair for everybody. You make them as big as you want, you can make them as small as you want. I'm going to do about this size. And then we just place it on our tray. Now when you're placing it on your tray, make sure you leave enough distance between each biscuit and the edges, because they are going to spread out a wee bit and you don't want them to melt into one. So make sure you leave enough space. We are going to chill these, and that's really important. You need to chill these for maybe about 10 minutes just to let it set a wee bit. The butter in it is going to get really soft if you don't do that, and if you don't chill it, it's just maybe going to all melt into one big massive biscuit. which isn't a bad thing, but chill it if you want it to keep its shape. So that's another one, and I'll just show you the placing that I'm going to do. So you can maybe fit 4 in a row. Now what you need is a fork, and you are going to need some water. So you want to dip the fork in the water, and you are going to basically press down gently. Use your finger just to gently push it off. You can usually get a couple without having to refresh the water. Let you see that? So what we're going to do is we're going to pop these in the fridge for about 10 minutes just to let them chill a wee bit so that they keep their shape when we put them in the oven. Okay, so you want to get a chilling rack, or if you can take one of those racks out of your oven that you cook the trays on, they'll do as well. You just want something that's maybe a wee bit holy. So this is my chilling rack, and then when the biscuits come out, we're going to just get one of these spatulas, palette knives, or a knife will do, and you're just going to gently lift each biscuit up and put it onto your cooling rack. Okay, that's them in the oven. They've been in for about 7 minutes. So you want to take your palette knife, just kind of gently test it a wee bit, lifting it up. You can see they're still a wee bit soft, so we're just going to let them cook for a wee bit. They're still very, very pale. Okay, that is the first batch out. I forgot about them, so they are a wee bit brown. See that? No. But anyway, they do have a wee bit of a golden on it, so I'm kind of a wee bit of brown on it, so I'm hoping that it'll be okay. So we're just putting this onto our cooling rack. Okay, so so good. Okay, these are the chocolate ones. And we managed to get some Nutella, so we have filled them with Nutella, and I can confirm they are beautiful. They're so tasty. We like a Nutella coming out there. Oh, so good. I actually think I'm going to eat all of these now. I just decided to fill them all with Nutella because they taste amazing with Nutella. I don't know how we've not thought of this before. I have been having these for so many years and we've never had them with Nutella. So last thing you can do is give the biscuits a wee sugar sprinkling on top. You don't need to do this, but it's up to you. Gives it a nice wee pretty look, I think. Especially the chocolate ones. Ooh. And because I can't help myself, and I love a bit of glitter, we're just going to put some edible glitter on top as well. Again, doesn't need to be a lot. Just a nice sparkly sprinkle. See if you can pick up any sprinkles. Because who does not need glitter in their life? There we have it. Melting Moments, both chocolate flavour, vanilla flavour and an orange flavour with a Nutella filling. Absolutely delicious, easy to make, much easier to eat in a second. And I think your kids would really enjoy doing this because they can get their hands in there and crumb it all together and fill it. It's definitely fun for kids to do and definitely fun for kids to eat.